Hey everybody, today we will do another video and today we will do another video on digital logic. The only difference today is going to be this video is going to be using software that is called VHDL, which is probably one of my favorite softwares that that we can use in engineering, especially when you are in your senior year where you can actually make a good use of this type of softwares in college of universities. So so basically, um, we will do something like this. So let's say that we have input A, right, and we negate that value, right, and then we have N in that with right? So now we have this not A and B, right? So in other words, right here we have not A, coming out, and B, right? So with that being said, I think yes. So with this, we got not A, right? And with B, then we have another gate right here that we have something like this, right? So we have another like this, another gate. We call this not C, and we call this B, right? And we call this gate another AND gate, right? And then in this AND gate, we have something like this, right? So we have these two gates. So now I just think if you if you notice that you notice that this is weird that it's not. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So we have a D, right? This is my first time using this type of software with this machine right here with this little pad. Um, Okay, so we have a A. Okay, so we have a A. We have a C, we have A and with B, not A and with B, and we have a not C and with B, right? I think you guys can actually see that clearly. Now, what I can do here is that, right? Now, notice that I have a two end gate, right? And if you remember from my last lessons, we have a sum that is called product of sum and sum of product. Product of sum, right? Um, is something. So you have a product, and then you have right. But in this case, we have a sum of products, right? We have a two and gate, which implies multiplication n, and we will have another gate right here to sum that, right? So we have another gate to sum those two, and those two gate. Now, guess what? What type of gate is going to be, right? On the last lessons, we had something like this, right? So now we have an output right here that it will say like this. It will say, hey, not A N, not A M B, or not C, not C, and D. Okay? So now, if you think about this, you think about this, right? So you not C and D, right? Of course, when I do it on the software, I'm not gonna have this mess like this. It wouldn't look nice. Right? Sorry, I am not really used to. I am not used to actually use this tool. Okay, so that's why we use the software, right? It's going to look beautiful. But the idea is going to be like this. We will have like this, right? And also in the software, it will have like a little bubble here, like a little bubble here, and I will have a little bubble here, and then this will be straight, right? So let's get it. Let's keep it going. Okay. So for that, I will go to a software that is called this one. It's called Silence. It is it used to be it used to be a software that was actually running your computer, but now they changed it. Now they made it to kind of run in a virtual machine. Unfortunately, um, that's how they made it. I'm not really crazy about it, about virtual machine because they slow down your system, but it is what it is, right? So is that what you get? Free. So unfortunately, that's what it is. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get that going. So as you can see, it takes a while. It's a while. It takes a while. Takes a while. It used to be IS 14.7, which now is called the same name, but the Silent, right? The Science Suite, but with the different that it's a virtual machine, right? So now what you do here is the following. So you click over here, you are here, right? So now the virtual machine is open, right? Now you have to click over here again, unfortunately. Okay, so now we're here, right? Now we are here. Now you close this and you just press OK, right? Forget about that. So what we do is the following. So what we do is the following. So go to new, then we do new, and then we say new project, right? Then we name it. We will say VHDL, and then we call tutorial tutorial. You can name it whatever you want, right? So this is okay. So now it said, okay, you want to use VHDL, and I have a Spartan 3. One of the beautiful thing about the software is allows you to add to use either Verilog or you can use other software like VSDL, right? Preferred language VSDL, and then the Spartan 3 is basically a simulator that we use, which is um, it is uh, okay. Considered an Arduino, considered a Raspberry Pi, but very, very more powerful tool if you talking about real life situation. Um, it's called FPGA. So eventually, probably we'll do if I have some time, I will do some tutorials about FPGAs. But for the meantime, we just have the simulator, assuming that we have the FPGA. So let's click on that. Let's click on finish, right? Now we have the file. We don't have it yet. The source. So what we can do is the following. We can do the following. So we go over here, and then once we are over here, we say new, right? And then so even project, right? We got a project similar to C++, right? And add source, right? When the source will say, okay, you wanted at a VHDL, yes, right? And in over here we call same thing. We call it VHDL tutorial. Okay, so okay, well, initially two source, right? We call VHDL the manual. Okay, so you select VHDL module, and then we do new. It's a VHDL tutorial, right? We go next. Okay, now in this, so remember that we had the variables, right? We call it A, B, and C, right? Now, but you can see that we have something right here that is called input, right? And we will have some for input and output, right? But in this case, we will have A. And also, right, as you can see right here, you have a max significant bit, less significant bit, right? Um, so we do A, then that is an input. Then we do B, right? It's also an input. Then we have a C, is also an input. Then we have a D, is also an input. Okay. we have an E, whatever, right? You can put whatever. You can actually, matter of fact, you can put some, put some. And then we change that to output, okay? So now A, B, and C, D, right? Now we go next. As you know that we have a in, pin, right? Pin in, pin out, right? Now this is in, and this, the sum is going to be out, right? Output. Now notice it got a something, right? It generated something for me right here. Okay, so now right here, as you can see in so I have a what? I have a library, I got this, I got all this, and then, but this is the more important. Entity VHDL tutorial is, and then port, right? And then it's telling you, already generate this little thing right here, and the variables and the output's going to be the sum of all of those, right? And the architectural behavioral of VHDL tutorial is, right? And then below the begin is where the code goes. It's like the main, like in C++, we have the main, right? In Java, the same thing. We have a main. So in any, most of the language, we have a main body of the function or the functionality, the code. Same thing. Over here it says begin, that's where it begins, and ends over here at end behavioral. That's what the end. Code ends. Now, only different right here is like the following, right? So so we have to kind of um do um some and okay, so another thing you can do right here, also you can add some stuff right here, right? But in this case, we we will just do um basically what we'll do is add those together, right? Um we will sum it out in between. Okay, so we'll sum it out those end gates together. How we do that? So we have a sum, right? The same thing we do in C++. If you want to do a plus b plus c plus d, well, in C++ just declare the variables. We have already declared the variables right here, but we don't know what it is, right? Technically, we don't care. We're just doing gates, right? So what it will do is the following. We do the sum, right? So we take that right here. We do sum, right? Then we do it like that. So sum greater equal to, right? Now, right here, we put parentheses, right? And this is one of the beautiful things to start. Remember, we say not a, right? Then we say not a, right? Not a. I'm saying not a, right? That's what I'm saying. Not a. And then we say n b, right? N b, close parenthesis, right? Plus, or keyword, keyword right here. Or, right? I am saying A and B, or with C, not C and D, right? Or with what? Not, not C, not C, and D. This is the beautiful thing about this, right? And D, right? And you don't have to put the capitals. Also take the lowercase. I like to use them. uppercase, right? Now, not C, right? And now D is just regular, right? We close the parenthesis and then we end it with a semicolon, right? Okay, now, as you can see that we have a little line of code, right? Now, what we can do right here, see this little thing right here is called, we expand that, right? And it's called check for syntax. If we check for syntax, it will run the code and it will check if we have like a syntax error. And then we do that. And then we, of course, we want to save it. We want to save it. And apparently it ran, right? Apparently we don't have no error. So it says complete syntax, syntax completed successfully. Now, what we do next, right? Now, what we do is the following. So we go right here, and we do this different ways, right? So what? So this already ran, right? Now what we can do is we can actually do implement. So we did that under implementation, right? Implementation went over here. Now we can actually use this little thing, okay? It is asking me if I want to see the schematics, right? So it says it's the schematic block, and I say okay, right? Now as you can see that I have the variables right here. I have A, B, C, and D, right? Now you can say, well, yeah, well, that looks cool, right? And I got a sum on the other side. But what is inside the box, right? What is it, right? This is the beautiful things about it. The beautiful thing about this, if I click here, it actually tell me, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? See? Isn't that really neat? This. So we have not C, right? And with not with D, right? So not C is this one. Not C is this one, right? And obviously, not C and not D is coming out right here, which at the end of the day is zero, right? Because you're negating this D, and that is coming out as not outside, right? D and with not C is equal to zero. Well, similarly here, we have A, right? You got a little bubble, not A, and with B, right? And then the whole sum is right here. So the whole sum is right here. You can see, right? It's similar to do what I did. Of course, like I told you, mine, I cannot look that pretty because mine doesn't look the best, right? I don't know where mine is, but I guess I lost it. But you guys seen that one already, right here, right? Not even close, right? But what what I told you is I will have a little bubble over here. Whenever I have a not a negating term, I will have a little bubble, the bubble there, and that is exactly what we got here, as you can see, right? So, with that being said, this is a beautiful, right? So now when you upload this into the FPGA, you actually see it. We actually see that all this, and this is the beautiful part about the software that you are able to write the code and then actually spell it out, right? I mean, if I want to just get rid of the vowels and oh, I want to change this, right? all I gotta do is, right? Okay, so let's say, for example, I don't want to see the bubble, right? I don't want to see the bubble. Then what do I do? Gotta do that. I don't want to see the bubble on 8. Okay, so now we checked right now. Let's, yes. See? I got rid of the bubble on 8, right? Because I did not want it to display not A. Now the result is going to be different. Okay. Now the result is going to be different because this is 1, right? If A and B, if A and B are 1, that is actually 1 coming out on the other side, and that 1 get all the way out to to the OR gate, and then you get an output of you get an output of 1 on the other side, right? Because you got a 0 come over here, but you got a 1 over here, and then once you got that 1 over there to the other side, you can see it. The result over here is going to be the sum is going to be 1. Before it was 0 because I was negating both of them, right? Now, as you can see, the only what is negating is C, but it's coming out 0 over here, but then you got a 1 coming in over here, right? A is 1, A is 1, B is 1 coming in, come over here, and then it goes right here, and it gets all with that, and it all comes out in this, right? So you can see that the beautiful part of it telling you that it's an AND gate, and there is an AND gate right here, and then right here is an OR gate. You can see it. Beautiful. Thank you for watching, guys. This has been the video and this basic tutorial on VHDL. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please give me a like. And remember, we learn everything a little better, everything in Christian Engineering Academy because we actually follow Jesus first. And that's what we do. That's what we do at the Christian Engineering Academy. We take Jesus as a priority in our life. And if we go with Jesus first, we're not gonna go wrong. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video. If you like this video, please subscribe and share.